Good morning, this is Jason from xlsxhelp.com, and today I wanted to go over if statements, nested if statements, and some if errors and is errors. I'm going to start off with the basic if statement. It's one of the most commonly used formulas in Excel, and what I'm going to do is hit Control and the squiggly underneath the escape key to actually show you the formulas. So right now, my formula is equals if a statement. My statement is if E1 equals 7, give me 1 for true, 0 for false. And as you can see, I have the number 7 in there right now, so I'm going to bring back a value of 1. If I put a 5 in there, it's going to give me 0. If I put X in there, it's going to give me 0. If I put anything in there, if I put equals 5 plus, let's say equals 5 plus 2, it's going to give me a 1. So at the very core of it, your formula is saying if a statement is true, bring back 1. If it's false, bring back 0. Easy. Let's get into the harder stuff. This is what you call a nested if statement, and what it's saying is if this logical statement is true, bring back the word 5. If false, do this if statement. If this is true, bring back the word 4. If false, do this if statement. If false, do this if statement. So what you're essentially saying is if 3 equals 5, bring back 5. If not, test it to see if it's 4. If it's not 4, test it to see if it's 3. If it's not 3, test it to see if it's 2. And if I wanted to continue this, if I get rid of all my parentheses at the end, I can say if E3 equals 1, comma, 1, and then notice how many parentheses I'm going to put at the end. And then let's say if the value is false, we'll do an X. That puts a cap at the end of the nested if statement. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now if I undo it, you could see that my false statement is bringing back X. So where I had a 1 and 0 here, I'm capping off my nested if statement with an X. So if I put 5, it's going to give you the word 5. If I put 4, it's going to give me the word 4. 1 is 1, 2 is 2, 3 is 3. And if I put 9, it's going to give me X for a false statement. If I wanted to actually show it as being false, instead of putting X, I could actually type out the word false. And that notifies me that I'm putting a value in that it doesn't fit in with my nested statement. So let's take a look at that formula again. If your statement is true, bring back the value. If false, do another if statement. If that statement is true, bring back the answer, but if not, do another if statement. And this can go on and as long as you want. I wouldn't recommend going past 10, but if you need to, then so be it. If you're going past 10, I would probably at that point recommend an if formula with a VLOOKUP, and we can get into that in a second. These are some if error statements, and what this is telling you is that, let me change this from if error to is error. And what this is saying is that if this is an error, bring back true. If it's not, bring back false. So right now I just have 0 divided by 0, so it's going to bring me back false. If I have a 1 here, it's going to say it's not an error, so therefore it's false. Right now I'm VLOOKing nothing into nothing, so I'm getting an NA error. So it's true. If this were 2, it would say false. Right now this is an if error statement, and what this does is equals if error. So if this is an error, bring back a value. So let's say bring back true. Okay? Now what we can do with this is if we had a formula in here that said equals 8 times 8 divided by 8 minus 8. is 0. Because this is coming back as a true statement, if you're bringing back an error, put true. If it's not an error, it's going to give you the value. Okay? If it's even, this is just if you're going down a long list of items and you want to clear out all your odds, or if you want to make sure that you're coming up to an even number, you can use is even, and the formula is equals is even, and then is blank. And this is good if you have text. What I normally find is sometimes when you're importing text, you get blanks. So as you can see, there's nothing in the formula, but I just put some spaces in, and it tells you that it's not blank. If I hit delete and clear it out, it becomes true again. These are some examples of some if and is statements. I'd love to know how you guys use them. Give me some examples. Head over to xlsxhelp.com, go to the tutorial section, sign up, and post your comments and questions. Thanks, guys.